For the writing test B, you are expected to deal with the personal and social issues as underlying themes of the quotes. These can be about humor, wisdom, or even love. Now remember that a Task B essay is still a test of reasoning ability, although it tests not your objectivity, logic, or acuteness of insight. This time, it tests your ability for reflection, introspection, and self-assessment, which are still functions of reason, and you have to be able to formulate a reasonable and valid opinion, and defend it, using arguments gleaned from personal experience and perception. Now, let's move on to the criteria used for marking the Section 2 pieces. First, anything less than 1 page of written content is considered poor. You should aim for a 1.5 page length of discussion and response to each task. This is about 500 words. Of course, quality of ideas should supersede the quantity. The main objective here is for you to come up with a response that is tight in the logical links and connections of its ideas. Your message must have impact. Second, focus on one thing, just one thing you want to say. Defend why you said it and invite the reader to assent to what you said. Third, since the essays are to be written within a time limit, it is best to adopt a ready format for each task. If you have a ready outline in mind, you tend to keep your thoughts organized and thus productive. Even if you are confronted with an entirely unfamiliar topic, you know that the first thing for you to do is to understand the context of the quote and quickly generate your response or interpretation to it. Next, explain your thesis. Next, your example. Next, your antitheses, and so on. You save time because you immediately have a direction on how to fulfill the requirements of the task. Fourth, when choosing quotes, don't bite off more than you can chew. Identify what you can write about and do not overextend your reach. Fifth, use an intriguing or inviting title. For Task A, the first paragraph should contain your thesis towards a particular comment. The thesis is your opportunity to explain what you believe the quotation means in your own words. Next, there should be 2 or 3 paragraphs that discuss the 2 or 3 most potent examples in support of your thesis. Only one example can be discussed within 1 paragraph. At the very most, you can have 3 examples, which means 3 paragraphs of discussion, but you may only have time for 2 examples, which means there will only be 2 paragraphs for the body of the essay where the arguments are discussed. The last paragraph is the conclusion. The conclusion ties up all the ideas presented and invites the reader to mentally assent to them. Write with passion for Task B. The best ideas usually get the best scores. Allocate 1 paragraph for the thesis statement, 1 paragraph for the personal illustration, 1 paragraph for the personal realization, and 1 paragraph for the application to a social issue. On both tasks, always make sure that your main theses are always supported by concrete and credible examples. For a list of recommended reading, you can access the gold standard GAMSAT free page at www.gamsat-prep.com/GAMSAT-free. The second criteria pertains to structure and language. Usually, Small errors in grammar and mechanics are inconsequential, unless they render the ideas unintelligible to the reader. The great majority of the Section 2 score is on the quality of your idea. Nevertheless, if you can use sophisticated language as a vehicle for your thoughts, then this is a big plus to set you apart from the cohort. Otherwise, just make sure that you observe modest, comprehensible English grammar. The marker might not have time or patience enough to reread your sentences if they don't readily make sense. So, that's it. These are all we've got for you for this Section 2 video. To recap our 5 basic tips in generating your responses for the GAMSAT Written Communication tests. Number 1. Timing. Use the 5-minute reading time to plan the path of your discussions for each task. Use the gold standard 5-minute, 5-step plan. Number 2. Length. Aim for at least 1.5 pages of clear, logical content. Number 3. Adopt a ready format. For Task A, go for TAS, the Thesis, Antitheses, Synthesis format. For Task B, use the TPIPRSA, the Thesis, Personal Illustration, Personal Realization, and Social Application format. Number 4. Always back up your thesis with concrete, specific examples pulled from trusted sources, such as statistics and historical facts. Number 5. Whenever you can, use elegant language to articulate your ideas. Until the next video, good luck with your studies.